Hello everyone and welcome back to the Knife Doctor channel, and today I've got something really fun, really special. Let's go. Alright, so as I mentioned, we have something very special, and that is the first ever knife made by me. Obviously under my knife making, I don't go by the Knife Doctor. But this is the first knife I've made, and it is a Christmas present for my little sister, who is a cook. So this is a high carbon version, so it's not going to be something she can use in an actual kitchen. Legally, everything has to be stainless. But this is something she can use at home, and it's going to serve her very well there, I think. So, let me explain some stuff with this knife. I'm going to sub in some pictures here. If I have them, I'll just add them in when I'm talking about the thing that would be. But I did not film this process because it's my first one ever, and I really wanted to get it as good as possible, I guess. And I didn't want to focus on filming over the knife. And believe me, I had enough to do without worrying about filming. But I have a couple of pictures from the process of making it. Not as many as I would like to have shown you guys, but I'll catch you up on my process in the next video for the next knife I make, which is actually going to be a butcher knife for my dad out of the same 1095 16th of an inch high carbon steel. So, let's get into the things about this knife that I don't like. And by the things about it that I don't like, I mean the things I screwed up on. So, first of all, as you can see, the blade finish is rough, very rough. And the reason for that is that I used a file guide to do this instead of a belt sander. And the files kept picking up pieces of the steel and cutting these deep trenches in the blade, and no amount of sanding would get it out. So that's what happened. So I don't like that. The other thing I don't like is if you look here, you can see my plunge line is pretty shallow, and over here, it's a lot deeper. And the reason that happened is because, for whatever reason, the files, so when I started out and it was anchored down like this, and the files were grabbing and moving material really well. But then when I flipped it over, because of the angle on the files, like the angle of their teeth, they did not want to grab material. I had to come from this direction, and it was very difficult and tricky and really hard to get in there. And I probably could have done some stuff, but I got frustrated towards the end, and I was running out of time, which is why I was frustrated. I was rapidly running out of time. So it is what it is. The plus side is, this thing is incredibly sharp. I did an excellent job sharpening it, so I'm quite pleased with that. I know that it will serve my sister's needs well. The other plus side is the handle is extremely comfortable. I'm not just tooting my own horn, and I'm not saying it's the most comfortable I've ever that exists, but out of all the kitchen knives I've personally handled, this is the most comfortable handle I've ever had on a kitchen knife. Speaking of the handle, what we have is you can kind of see faint highlights of pink in here, and that is actually from a 4-day red wine soak that these handle blanks spent in a red wine solution. Well, not red wine solution, it was a Folds of Honor Cabernet Sauvignon by the Liberty Bell or Bell Wine Company. So you get those pink highlights that were there from where it soaked deep enough after I sanded and everything to get it where it is. And then the darker spots are from the resin and the metal shavings mixing together. It's a very cool effect that happened there. So you got like this 3-tone. You got your pinks, your woods, and your blacks, all on this really smooth, really comfy oak handle. These did not come out well. Oh, this one did. No, well, yeah, this one came out really well. This one did not because of the gap there, but both of the sides of this came out better than the bottom because I didn't cut my piece long enough to grind down on the belt afterwards, which I now regret because they could have all looked that good. Instead, only the front one looks good, the back one looks crappy. So there's that. There's my Maker's Mark. Pretty excited about that because I've been waiting for years to see that come off of the page of my sketchbooks and onto an actual real life knife. So that is the knife that I made. Design cues, it is specifically designed to be good at rolling cuts, and I will go buy some vegetables and some meats and make myself some dinner later and use this to cook with. I also wanted to add this portion here so that you have a shelf to rest your index finger on when you're doing like coring an apple or taking the insides out of a pepper, something like that. And that's about it. So those are the design cues. Sweeping edge for rolling cuts, high distance from the edge of the blade to the handle so that when it's all the way down your fingers, it's kind of hard to show, but where's something flat? This will work. So that way when it's all the way down, your fingers aren't touching. So that was the idea. Now, again, very first knife ever made. Wanted it to be my folding knife, but I had this idea to make my sister a Christmas present being a kitchen knife, and this took priority. My sister comes first. So my dad comes first. So before I get to the folding knife again, gonna have to make a butcher's knife out of the same stuff. So that'll be fun. But point is, you're gonna get one more knife before we see the folding knife, and then we can get back to stuff that I want to do. But I learned a lot of lessons making this. I was really concerned. There we go. Okay, about the heat treat, because you'll see a picture of my forge or a little video or something, I'll sub it in here right now. And after seeing that, you're going to know that the heat treat process was sketchy. I was not entirely certain that I had gotten a good edge on it. Fortunately, I discovered that I did get a good edge on it, mostly because it holds an edge pretty well. It has the right amount of flex and return, and this little notch here was an absolute demon to put on because it just did not want. It skated every file I tried to put over it. And this is tempered too. It's not just heated up and dropped into the bucket and hardened. It's also tempered. It spent an hour in the oven at 375 to bring it to a nice tempered finish. So there it is. That is my first knife. This is my sister's new kitchen knife. Obviously, she does occasionally watch my channel, so we're going to wait for this video till after Christmas. But as of the day we're recording it, my watch is dead, way too close to Christmas. I'm going to try to ship it out tomorrow. Today's a Sunday. So hopefully this will get there and she'll love it and use it. I'm going to cook with it tonight, and I'll roll in footage of that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know that the blade is rough. I know that believe me, if you want to crap all over me because of how it turned out, there's nothing you can say I haven't already said to myself. I'm not extraordinarily pleased with a lot of aspects of it, but I figured if I'm going to be showing you guys my stuff, I shouldn't just show you the successes. I should also show you the failures so that you don't get discouraged. I had a buddy ask me how much I would charge for this, and I said for this, I would charge nothing. I don't even want to give it away because it's not perfect, but I'm running out of time, so I'm going to give it away anyways because I don't have time to redo it. But yeah, we'll see how she performs in the kitchen tonight, and should be a fun day. I'm also excited because it's high carbon and it will patina slowly, so that should be fun. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you're my sister and it's after Christmas, Merry Christmas, and tell me how you like it. And we'll get around to my next video of me making one of these when I get around to making one. And that's about it. That's all I got for right now. I'm trying to pick up some new knives. Everything's sold out, so videos on new knives is being a pain in the butt. But thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.
All right.
you.